Everyone, welcome to this show. It's called Timur Talks, and this will be test and demo of a international news, local news tidbit show. Yeah. So, thank you for watching, and I'll get on with this. So, let's introduce me. My name's Timur, and the name of the channel and the show, Timur Talks. And I'm a university student at Wilfrid Laurier. I am pretty passionate about political news. I like to follow it. I love local news as much as I love international news because they all mesh together. What else? I I live in Ottawa, though right now I'll be going to Waterloo in September, but yeah, funny how university life works out. And besides that, I cut grass. This is a way for me to expand myself, despite the fact that the job market's not the best right now. So this is my way to reach out and have fun. So let's start off with some Ottawa news. And I'm still working on names of segments and stuff, but we'll go right into it. So in Ottawa, there's this big, what do you call it, light rail, and what's happening is they have to dig tunnels and change bus routes and everything. And the big major bus route implementation is happening. When is it happening? On June 23rd. Buses traveling on between, as quote, between traveling on the transitway between campus and Laurier Station will be shifted onto the new transitway alignment, which runs along the east side of Nicholas Street, and buses on only lanes on Laurier Avenue. So, obviously, this is a big issue if you live in Ottawa. I live in Ottawa right now, so it's an issue for me, especially since it's happening today. The date that the video is recorded, June 23rd. So yeah, that's some Ottawa news. Next on, this is like I guess we'll call it like a human rights watch or human rights something. Still working on that, but one of the big problems with human rights today is it's the controversy in Syria. Uh, in Syria, a 14-year-old boy was shot, and he was shot because he said that he was what's happening here? Back to that. As, what happened was he was selling coffee, and he just said that because he didn't want he had to sell coffee, obviously, despite the fact it's a civil war, people still need to pay money, buy stuff, sell stuff, and he said that he wouldn't sell coffee even for give coffee for free even if it was the Prophet Muhammad. This is a big issue because there's Islamic there, the Islamic militant there. It's a very personal issue for them. And what happened was, it's hard to talk about because it seems so surreal. Is in the two militants in the shop. Apparently, they related to El Nasser. El Nasser denying it. What El Nasser says, it doesn't matter what these two men did. They dragged him out and shot him in the middle of the street because apparently it's a killing offense for that. Like if you say blasphemy about Muhammad, I'm not sure how that would blasphemy of any kind. I'm not saying anything about what he did. I'm just saying that reason why they said that they did it. As a result of that, a 14-year-old kid was killed, and it paints a negative image, not just on Islamists, but on Syrians, on Middle Easterns, Muslims, uh, and humans in general. Like, how have we come that low that just because we say something will shoot you? But like something deeply personal. Anyway, so that kind of wraps up the human rights segment. Moving on, even more news about Syria, but it's from like an international news perspective. And I like Putin because he's had this it's just basically on this issue. He's had this diplomatic stance. He doesn't want. Well, he does because he's doing military deal for Syria, but he, in politically and diplomatically in talks, he's been talking about how he wants a diplomatic solution. He wants people to come to Geneva, have a table talks. While the solution probably never gonna happen, but I'd love for it to happen. It'd be great. Have everyone sitting at a table talking, making agreements. Would that be human? Fortunately, probably not gonna happen. But I give Putin props for that small, completely unrealistic view of Syria. It's good to have faith, even if you're actually completely sidestepping that and doing military deals that are completely illegal. And he heard part of the reason why he's worried, quote unquote, is because there's going to be a vacuum poll if the Assad goes. And that's something I completely agree with. If Assad goes, who do we have left in the region? Well, you have the FSA, Free Syrian Army. You have the Muslim Brotherhood. You have al-Nusra, which is a front for Al Qaeda in Syria. So kind of like what happened in Iraq. It's a similar thing. And so you have three other groups. Now the Free Syrian Army, and then which is kind of linked to the National Syrian Council. Anyway, it's what happened in Libya. You're probably going to see that the military has more power than the political groups and activists. So you see them taking over, even though they promote saying we want the politicians to take over, not us. We're just fighting for free Syria, which I completely agree. And then you have the Muslim Brotherhood, which promotes a political and balance of Sharia and secularism, but it's closer to what it's like in Egypt, for example. It's becoming much more conservative. It's a very conservative government. And Turkey's kind of going in the same direction because Erdogan is not saying he's right, but he's going in the same direction and trying to promote his views. Yeah, that's my view on Putin's statement. Another human rights topic. There's in the Philippines, they are destroying 5 tons of ivory. Why? Well, ivory is illegal. It's illegal to trade it or use it or any other way. It's kind of like a drug. You don't want to have it, but it's not exactly dangerous to anyone. But the big point is that the way how people who get the ivory do it, it's really cool. They cut off the tusks and then just leave them out. Or they'll kill them and then just take the tusks and then leave the body to rot. So it's very cool. And as a result, you want to not have the trade going, but at the same time you have the problem of you have 5 tons of ivory. What can you do with ivory? You can do many things with ivory, but you can't say it's okay to have ivory because that would just increase the demand. Let's move on to the next story. Okay, so this is kind of part of my local segments. I want to start doing local things, and when I get to Waterloo, we'll start doing local Waterloo news. So it's summer right now, and that means it's strawberry season. And despite the fact that we had a lot of droughts here in Ottawa last summer, strawberries are fantastic this year. I've had some. They're delicious. And so the farmers are saying this is the best year they've seen for strawberries in 20 years. 20 years. That's very good. So especially if you're in Ottawa last year, you know how bad it was. It's like crops were dying, and we had a very hard time getting local produce. So it's very good to see that despite all the climate change we see around us, we're actually having a good year. And that doesn't mean, despite the fact that we're having a good year, that climate change isn't happening. It's still happening. Ocean levels are rising, etc. But we have to admit, it's good to see some good produce growing and locally, and it's healthy. I like that. And finally, some kind of international Quebec Canadian soccer news. So, if you're Canadian and you're a soccer fan, you probably heard that the Quebec League has banned turbans. I don't know why they decided to do that. It makes no sense to me why they did that. But thankfully, FIFA has decided that, you can wear the turban. Not a problem. Personally, I don't have a problem with it. It doesn't change the game in any aspect. Other than the fact that one guy's wearing a turban. There are a couple of guys wearing a turban. It doesn't change it. So yeah, I'm happy about that. Again, more human, people can do what they wish. And yeah, I'm happy for that. More Canadian, even though the Quebec, people in Quebec organizing it didn't, yeah, took that in the wrong direction. Anyway, that kind of wraps up this segment and the first demo episode of Timur Talks. So, kind of the big question right now is I'm trying to find stuff that you guys want to hear. So, when you guys are listening to this video, or you've already listened to it by now, what do you want me to talk about? Do you want me to talk about more soccer news? Do you want me to talk about more international news? And I'm going to try to keep these videos short because I don't think anyone wants to listen to me for half an hour, like right now. Or do you want me to do these videos in like one-shot video, so each topic is a video? So let me know in the comments down below. Leave some Facebook and Twitter and Instagram things. I'm getting new at this, so hopefully I'll be able to take in all this information and make it great content for you guys. Alright, thanks. Timur Talks out.